Okay, welcome guys. Welcome to this is episode 2. I think I'm gonna call it ChatTactic. I think it's an easy one for me to sort of say. I was thinking of Strat Chat, but reminds me of like the word's so short. It reminds me of slap fight, which is something that actually I should talk a little bit about the slap fighting and stuff like that at some point. Maybe I'll do that at the towards the end of the session. Yeah, it's just anyway. It's funny. So a funny sort of family joke that we have going at the moment. Anyway, I thought we'd just sort of go through basically games that are on the horizon. Pretty free form actually in this particular one. So nothing as structured as the last time. Maybe having a bit of a look at what's new coming up. Now, unfortunately, this only does show what's new coming through with the games that I actually have in my library. Whereas I would also like to be looking at games that are coming up, you know, that aren't in my library as well. So we'll just sort of go with a bit of that as well. So but we'll have a look at these. I think that looking at what's new is actually going to be quite interesting for this week. There's a few things that really have sort of come out or coming out very, very soon, which are really quite exciting. I think we'll start off with Interstellar Space Genesis. So with the release of Evolving Empires rapidly approaching, we've just got enough time for one final dev diary. Let's have a bit of a look at this one and just go to that particular area. I think we've got green lights everywhere. Always got to leave it for about a short amount of time anyway. Just to allow the ads to run before I start talking. So ISG Dev Diary 18 Evolving Empires Natural Evolutions. Maybe what we'll do before we look at that is we might have a look at actually the store page. So we'll just go back across, where is it? There it is there. And that way we can sort of see what's going on with this. Now I'll pause that, I think. Yeah, this is still this isn't the actual DLC. So Interstellar Space Genesis is probably about as close as you're going to get to Mu 2 as you can basically in a modern game. Very, very good game. And you'll see there that Evolving Empires is coming. So maybe we'll just go and have a bit of a look at this one here. I haven't really thought about what we're going to be doing today. So hi, Untrusted Life. How are you going? So we're just going to be sort of a bit all over the place in this particular one. So let's ramp this up. We'll just go back and start again. Bring that full screen. Hopefully this will work. Come on. Up you come. Up you come. Hi, Insane. How you going? It always does this. Here we go. So we'll watch and see what comes up with this one and just have a bit of a comment. Praxis Games, by the way, is Adam Solo is sort of like the lead guy there. And if you don't know Adam Solo, he actually had a website, a gaming website. So he's actually a gaming commentator who sort of has now moved into the development sphere. Very, very knowledgeable. He really focused a lot on space games. So he's had a lot of time to sort of do things. Anyway, that's a bit of the background through there. Hi, Shadow Tiger. So and Darth Gnome. So new feature, minor civilizations. Now I'll just pause it because these don't last very long on the screen. So discover hidden civilizations, 7 categories of minor civilizations and multiple civilizations per category. That sounds interesting actually. That does sound interesting. Locate unknown civilizations. So I'm not sure what that's sort of showing us in through here. I'll just pause as we go. Got the fleet report. So minor civilizations you found on planet Voxums 2 in the Voxum system. Okay, so this is so you discover these. Obviously, this will be the home planet. So they just come up there. I'm guessing that's what they look like. That's interesting as well. So we'll just reading a few of the comments there. So Untrusted Life saying you've been watching Drax at all. I stopped posting in your Discord because it actually didn't result in any improvement in the devs logs only. So I think it's best to have your own, to be honest. Like it's best for each game to actually have their own Discord. But no, I haven't. Look, let me know when you think it's ready for beta. That's pretty much what I look for with games. Unless I've got like a big passion about a game that I've been waiting on. Games like Master of Magic and stuff like that. So Compass Rose is saying, hey everyone, I hope all is well. Yeah, no, it's good, and welcome. Welcome to anybody else that's joined us as well. So, locate unknown civilization. So I guess these appear, like you've basically come across them. And we do actually have a ship there, or not we, but the game has got a ship that's arrived there. So I'm guessing that that's actually what sort of happened there, is they didn't know about them and then sort of discover them. So that's fair enough. Now, this screen here, minor civilization, not surveyed. So the species inhabiting this planet strives hard to keep its talents. Access status has access. Okay. What can we see with this one? +1 diplomatic modifier with all empires. Okay, so I'm guessing that if you take that over, that's sort of what it does do. It makes this particular faction would then help in this regard. Exclusivity bonus, so +5 votes in the Galactic Council if inside the territory. Okay, I don't know if you have to actually take them over or whether that's just what you get for controlling the space around it. Surveyed bonus unknown. Yeah, okay. So there's a bit of it's simple then. Okay, learn who they truly are. So we've got the same. Okay, so still existence 7 turns. I'm not sure what that one does. +1 ship support points per colony in Empire. All right, so just sort of it just helps a little bit. So access status of empires that discovered the minor. So Sulak existence has access, non-exclusive, and the Nova Vida has access, non-exclusive. Now I'm not sure where that's actually showing that particular one. Anyway, we'll continue on. Additional bonuses. Minus 5 turns. Yep. Okay. So 5 for exclusive access. All right. So these become important systems. That's actually interesting. So almost like a resource-rich sort of system that you need to try to control. Exclusive access at the moment to your rivals. Yep, that's okay. So that looks interesting. New feature. So asymmetric culture trees, 5 unlockable perks each, divergent paths to explore. Okay, that sounds interesting as well. Now they had these before. Human artificial directed unlock android leaders. I don't know. Like they certainly had the makings of this because I made a race using this this character. So, but that's interesting as well. Okay, so they've got actually like artificial life form for the humans. The Moltar, extreme transformation. So what happens there? Gravity by habitability. So okay, so it looks like they actually can sort of become much stronger. Make every environment ideal. Okay, there we go. Ideal biomes. All right. That's what we do with aspects. So just going through each of the. Okay, we've got a super colony there for the cake. Relocation of capital. So they've all got their own different sorts of ways of expanding the game. So like Death Wish, crash into enemy ships. That's interesting. I think they're the plant-based one. But I say the combat in this game, there's very few turn-based space games that are as good as what this one does in terms of what's coming. So that's Evolving Empires, which is coming this week actually. So I was hoping to get my grubby hands on it actually yesterday, but I haven't heard back from Adam yet. So I wanted to try it out before I started talking about it. But anyway, I'm interested to see what comes with this one. It's funny, I thought there was another faction as well, but maybe I may be getting that one wrong. So what do we have through here? Evolution's new gameplay feature, so explore new play styles. Evolutions provide unique, thematic, and highly asymmetric space culture trees custom tailored to fit every race in the game, with many game-altering multi-part perks to unlock. So yeah, we saw those. Each evolution tree. What else have we got through down here? Yeah, minor civilizations, New leaders. Okay, it was probably the new leaders is what I was getting confused with. I think I had seen that and assumed that there was like a new major civilization. So it's still got the same civilizations that you have. You can build your own as well, which is fine. So yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm really looking forward to that one coming actually. So ChatTactic saying they're going really quick through all the menus. I guess they expect people to pause it. I don't know, actually, that's a good point, because when I first looked at it, I've only looked at it once before, and that was yesterday morning when I sort of found out it was actually on its way. And so I did have a look, and yeah, you're right. You don't have enough time to digest it. It goes so fast. So anyway, we paused it. So we did that one. So anyway, we'll just go back out. Oops. Sorry about that. So every so often my sound does a weird thing there. Also, Old World. Let's have a look at Old World. This is not so much this aspect of it, but if we go to the I don't know if I can go to the actual page there. Store page. Does that take us there? Yeah. Okay. So Old World. We've got. You've got Heroes of the Aegean, which has coming out. I don't know if it's come out yet, actually. Let's have a bit of a look and see what we can see. So, we'll just go back down. Actually, that's not the store page, is it? Go to the store page there. Right. So we'll. I should turn off these things actually, just to sort of keep them off. Just pause those. So we've got now there's new DLC coming for this, which has just come out, I think. Has it just come out or is it coming out? I think it may have just come out. Actually, where are the DLCs? Oh, there we go. She's got content for the game. Maybe it's part of the base game, because it's now. I think they've added a new faction in. Like there's like the Haiti or something, I think has come through. So yeah, character driven, world to discover, reinventing the wheel. Yeah, I thought that they had a new faction. I thought there was only 7 originally. Maybe we'll just have a quick look at the community hub. Okay, so is there any news items there? No, not really. Go to news for Old World in through this side. Yeah, so that's the actual release. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe getting it wrong. There's definitely they released it. This game did come from Epic Game Store, and if they've just done the Steam release recently. And like that's May the 19th, so it's only just sort of hit. In fact, if we go and have a look at Steam, these charts here, so we'll just go to. I'll just press F11, bring that one up. So if we have a look at, and that should feature, I would think, because it's only just come in. Is it on the list of games that is of popular games? It's funny, I would have thought it would have been higher on that list. But this is all the games in Steam. No, not there. I'll just do an Old World. I'll just have a bit of a look and see if we can see what we can find. There it is. Have a look at this at the one that we sort of have in through here. So if we have a look at the actually, that's just the price of it. I should have tried to remember what was going on through here. If we have a look at the, that's the hub. Oh, here we go, charts. Yeah, so there we go. So this is the since release actually. So there we go. So release. Yeah, no, it's still in the growth phase in through there. So. So ChatTactic saying they are doing really quickly through the menus. I guess. Sorry, we've done that one. They added the Hittites. Yeah, okay. So, and was that just the base game? Was it? It says there are 2,600 people playing it right now on Steam. Yeah, that would be. There we are. 2,610. So that's where we are right now, and people streaming it as well. So we've got the Twitch views on it as well. Not that many actually, not that many watching it on Twitch. So yeah, a lot were watching it back on release. So just as the release was actually coming, that's interesting. Like you had as many players as you had viewers almost at that stage. So that is quite interesting. Lifetime concurrent players on Steam. Yeah, we're not going to really worry too much about that one there. It's just sort of showing the slow trend down through there. In fact, that dotted line through there gives you more of the story. Yeah, there we go. Actually, 2,628. Okay. Anyway, that's. I thought that would be probably a bit bigger than that, to be honest. It's a pretty impressive game. So certainly, if we, if you look back at the Civ style of things, I'll just press F11. Just go back. Just go back to the actual. Just go back to charts. Back up through here, because Civ still actually features on here pretty highly, I think. Yeah, Civilization 5. Actually, where's 6? I thought 6 would have been the been up there. That doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, there's 6. Yeah, so 6 is above it. So even right now, it's sort of, I mean, that's really its competitor. Wow, so many people playing Civ, isn't there? Like, it's just incredible, actually. So Dropnovic is in saying, I'd expect a drop-off, to be honest. Unfortunately, people are going to pick it up thinking it's a Civ 5 clone or something and realise it's not at all that. Yeah, it's funny, though. I thought that it had enough hype to for people, like Civ players, to sort of think, okay, well, it's worth having a bit of a look at. Yeah, it's it's certainly sort of in that genre, but it sort of then takes you across into other areas. How is Humankind doing by comparison? Actually, we can do that one. So if we go to what would they be called? If we filter by tag, we can actually then just do it by. That's a good way to do it. It's not a simulation, or is it? Is it a simulation? There's Civ 6. So let's add that to the add that to the group, and Humankind. Actually, I'll just see if I can find it there. If we do it by name, that way we can find it. Oops, that's reverse. Humankind's probably going to be around about here somewhere. So we'll do a comparison with all three of them. So actually, next one across, 6. We'll add them. We'll do a full comparison with these, and we'll also then add in Old World as well. P. Go the wrong way. Yeah, I did. Old World. All right, there we go. Let's have a look and see how we get the compare. Click to compare 3 games. All right. Well, it's actually it's very hard to see, isn't it? With these, so Civ 6 is the main one that we're seeing through there. So that one goes back from their release basically over through this side. Humankind actually did pretty well when we look at that one. When we sort of have a look at Humankind in through there, if I click that one on or off, I can click off Civ 6. Sorry, this one actually. What we might have to do is just compress it down to just the recent times. So this is just the last couple of days. From the 30th of April, we've turned back on Civ 6, so you can see there the comparison. So at the moment, with the release, you'd sort of half expect that. Actually, I might go back to the release of Humankind. When was that? Yeah, so Humankind had a good release when you look at this, really. Like it actually was pretty solid, wasn't it, really, way back in here, back in 2021. And then it's then trailed off, but it's still got like a fair few players playing it, which is interesting. So that's interesting. Civ, of course, is just thumping along all the time. So maybe we just turn that one off. have a bit of a look at these two here. But that's quite interesting to sort of see the, so it sort of hit hard, and quite often you don't see that. That is really quite interesting to sort of see just that it hit so hard and then sort of came down so quickly, whereas the others have sort of been, like this one here is going up as such. So at the moment it's got about double the number of players as Humankind. Yeah, that's a good comparison actually. So Voodoo Dog is in saying Humankind was overhyped and could not deliver on the hype. Yeah, I think though that Humankind has just brought out a new patch. So, and by all accounts, it's supposed to be pretty good now. And I haven't played it since release, so I think that's pretty worth having a bit of a look at as well. If a lot of the exploits have been taken up. So so Shadow Tiger saying, yeah, I think Old World deserves lots more attention. I agree. Batman S21 is in saying, do you like Total War games like Rome Total War with the DEI mod? Makes the game really fun. I have played, like Rome 2 Total War is now quite an old game, so I don't play it anymore, but I did enjoy it. So Dropnovic's in saying the Humankind drop-off from release is brutal. It's sort of, most games do that. Like if we look at, for example, if we go back and, if I just press F11 again, just go back out of here and look at, for example, well, if I do a search for, say, Distant Worlds, which is, Distant Worlds has had a patchy start as well. What's another game we can have a look at? Because most of them will sort of have a bit of an increase going up and then back down again. If we look at Stellaris, because that's really is the that's the sieve of space games. So if we ever just look at Stellaris itself, and then have a look at the charts, and if we go back to I like this, that it is showing what's recent and what's going on with there. Now, if we go with, how do we go back? How do we go back out? Oh, here we go. So that's the that's it sort of released there. So it actually had released pretty well. Actually, when you look at that, that's pretty damn impressive, isn't it? Really, when you look at the numbers pulsing whenever they've got like a sale or something, I would guess, is what we're sort of looking at through here. And we've got a sale right now at the moment with all the Paradox games. So that would actually be, and this is cool as well. It does give you like a free week. There should be something that gives you. You should be talking about a sale there somewhere. Free weekend, humble bundles. Yeah, these should be correlating with sales, I think. But anyway, if we just go back to the start and have a bit of a look and see what they've done at the start with this one. So I think this is the lead into Stellaris, and then we've got the actual launch itself. So you look at their numbers, like 50, we're talking what are we talking there? 68,000 players at launch. So massive launch. Very similar, I guess, to when you look at the actual graph itself. That is quite similar to what you saw there with Humankind in essence, except the difference is that this one just kept on it's gotten stronger and stronger when we look at it over the course of maybe sort of like a year. Should that 2 years? That's 2 years. It's actually got ultimately more players with each of these pulses, so it's getting more and more players who play regularly. Like, that's interesting. That is really interesting. And even now, like when we look at it from back in here, if you did a trend from all the low points, there's just more and more people playing Stellaris. So that's really fascinating. Like, and right now you've got, like not as many as at launch, but like it had 68 there, but this is, that's still very, very impressive. Yeah, actually could be DLC releases as well. They've had a fair few of them. Actually, they've had a hell of a lot of them, haven't they? Yeah, that's probably the way it sort of then works as well. Yeah. To the Shark Interstellar Space Genesis, we'll get new DLC on the 25th in 2 days. Yes, I'm going to have a sneak preview of that. I was talking to Adam, or emailing Adam the other day, or he emailed me, so I'm looking forward to sort of trying that one out, actually. Okay, so sorry, I'm missing a lot of the comments. If you do want to grab my attention with something, you can, just basically put an @DasTactic. So where are we up to? We've got Weavenholz is in saying for Civ 6 you need to take into account that it was free on Epic some time ago. Oh, okay, yep. Although it's just been very, very consistent all the way through. ChatTactic saying maybe the players will spike up again with every DLC. Yeah, that was. Yep, I think that could be what it is actually. Although it then means that you're buying the DLC, and that's a good progression really when you look at that one. Like they've got 3 times the players from the low points is what they now than what they had just after launch, which is interesting. Whereas all the other games we've been looking at, they trail off. They don't increase. But the DLC, I guess that's actually an argument for having DLC. Okay, so where we've got through there, we've got Humankind was overhyped and could not deliver on the hype. Yep, we've done that one. So Shadow Tiger saying it looks like 2 different marketing styles, more organic growth versus a big marketing push. I think so. Like it's sort of although it is sort of funny because Old World came from the Epic Game Store. I think that games struggle when they come across to Steam after they've been on Epic for a year. It's sort of like it feels like a bit of an old game. I can't think of a single game that's done well coming that way. So yeah, it's just unfortunately one of those sorts of things. So Viebenholzer saying agreed. Humankind easy, unbalanced, promised max support but was unplayable. And Voodoo Dog saying, just out of curiosity, what do you think about Crusader Kings III? Actually, I really love it, but I just haven't got to play much of it. And so it's a game that I do want to play more of. And I really love the idea of it. Like I do like those sort of games a lot. And I don't know why I haven't played as much as I should have. Let's have a quick look and see what Crusader Kings is doing. That would be an interesting Crusader Kings III. There we go. Have a look at its graph, its charts. So this is its. So when we look at that, similar to Stellaris, when you look at the actual number of people playing it now, like it's nowhere near as many as Stellaris, but it's it's improving with the deal. And this must be the DLCs, I'm guessing. You've got a free week there. That must be the. So February 2022, what's that? What came out in then? Because that's boosted things along. Maybe there is a DLC that came out for that one back in February. I can't remember actually. Yes, and what else have we got there? Sorry, I'm missing a lot of the comments here. Yep, Stellaris had a rough release too. It says look like it was pretty good and a massive amount of hype on release. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with. Yes, Bosco saying, "Staz, don't tell them DLC is good." Well, yeah, it's sort of funny, isn't it? It's interesting to see that. Actually, how many DLCs has it had, and when did they come out? Let's have a look. Let's go back to Steam, and we'll go back and go back out of here again. I'll just go to the store page. And Crusader Kings. Alright, so if we have a look at the DLC. Sorry, just.
What a fool.
Where's that one? Yeah, so we've had 3 DLCs. Fate of Iberia came out in. Well, that's actually coming out, available in May 2022, so that's coming. Oh, okay, well, that'll be an excuse to play that, actually. We might have a look at that one in just a second. But the Royal Court, there we go, 9th of February 2022, and Northern Lords, 17th of March 2021. Have a quick look at back across here. March 2021, February 2022, there we are. There we are. So, so that explains it. Yeah, so that's the DLC coming out. So we can expect another rise with Crusader Kings coming in just a number of, in a week. Actually, let's go back and have a look at what that one actually does bring. So this is Fate of Iberia. So this is
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of war. To the north, the Christian strongholds of Leon, Castile, and Aragon. Sometimes friends, sometimes bitter enemies. To the south lies Al-Andalus, but Cordoba is beset by rebellious governors, kings and sultans, dukes and emirs. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows, my friend. And you must read carefully if you are to decide the fate of Iberia. You see, real strategy requires.
They do a good job, don't they? They do a good, very, very good job. Okay, so that's what's coming. 31st of May, 2022. Didn't even know that was coming, actually. So that will be an excuse to play the game, I think. So about this content, the sun-kissed lands of Iberia await. Sorry, there's a lot of comments I'm missing, guys. So if I do miss your comments, just do an @DasTactic, and I'll try to bounce back in and have another read of them. So yeah, sun-kissed land of Iberia await your glorious rule. Actually, there was a comment there. I did want to address that because Voodoo Dog's saying so hyped for the CK3 Game of Thrones mod. Now, I didn't know that was actually coming to Crusader Kings III. I used to play the Crusader Kings II Game of Thrones mod a lot. I used to love that. That's really exciting. Actually, I might have to divert off and have a look at that as well. Sorry, I just noticed that one. If they've got a Game of Thrones mod that's being built for it, that would be awesome, because that last one that they did for Crusader Kings II was just incredible. Yeah, so what are we going through here? The major multi-stage struggle feature lets you decide on the fate of a lively and complex region across realms and cultures. Be the one to unite Iberia under a single banner, or watch as conflict marks generations to come. From the Christian kingdoms in the north, northern mountain strongholds, to the sumptuous Muslim taifas of the Andalus. Immerse yourself in Crusader Kings III. Fate of Iberia with all its splendour and art. I wonder if they've got like a map that's... have a look and see if there's what the bullet points that actually tell us in through there. It looks like it is, doesn't it? Although maybe not. Oh, actually, that's just focusing once again purely on the map. That would be. I do like the game when it's just focused on a small area like this, rather than having the whole world to play on. I do prefer those. So that would be quite interesting if that was the case. So here we go. Yeah, dazzling new array of thematic events, discussions, and cultural traditions unique to Iberia can be explored. All are historically accurate and meticulously researched. Dress up your character as a true Hidalgo or a Muslim prince, or choose your pick. So that you can sort of basically do the hairstyling. Host of new 3D models. Okay, not only are a series of new Iberian-inspired artifacts, heirlooms, and treasures yours for the taking. Crusader Kings III Royal Court owners will be able to display their full regalia in their personal court. A new throne, council weapons, treasures, and other themed customization options will enrich your courtroom even further. Get carried away by the richly themed soundtrack. Yeah, okay. So it's not telling us much about the map, is it? Or does it? I wonder if that is, if it is just constrained to that particular map. Let's have a look and see if there's anything to do. So that would be the region. That's bigger region than what we saw. Again, actually, how accurate. That's moved across a little bit. I'm just wanted to have a bit of a look to see if it's. What can we look at to get a bit of a guide? So what can we look at from the north and south side of things? Struggle for Iberia. Let's go next. Yeah, it's not going to tell us much there. That's the actual game itself. It must just be this. It has to be, wouldn't it? Although we do actually have England and France up there. Okay. Yeah, okay, that looks good actually. I mean, it's a great game. So we're going to have a look at something. We're going to go back to Crusader Kings III. And just go back out to, actually that's Old World. Crusader Kings III Community Hub. And this mod. Where's this mod? Got to find it. Do they have modding discussions? I guess it would be workshop discussions. Nothing in there. Let's just go to the workshop itself. So it's weddings. No, I'm not seeing it there. Just a game. It was called Ice and Fire, the other one, I think. It's just the music. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look out for it, I guess. And I'm not sure when it will actually come. So yeah, so Mad Bennet's saying, I want Crusader Kings III with Total War kind of battles. That would be epic. Well, you sort of like, I mean, I can't wait for Field of Glory Kingdoms, to be honest, for that exact reason, so that you can actually play full on battles, you know, in Field of Glory 2 Medieval, along with but play on the strategic map with Kingdoms. So this is a different sort of game. This is much more about bloodlines and characters, whereas Kingdom's going to be more about sort of more the battle sort of side of things. So yeah, interesting. It'd be interesting. But yeah, I agree. I don't like the battle system in any of these, like in Crusader Kings or Stellaris or any of those sort of games. They don't do much for me. And similarly, like there's a lot of games like that just don't quite sort of take it there. So Dobrovnik has been saying, yeah, Field of Glory Kingdoms is going to be sweet. Love Field of Glory Empires. You did a great job promoting that game, by the way. Thank you for that. Yeah, I did enjoy that game. It's okay. So Voodoo Dog saying, no, it's not only the Iberian half island. It's just enriches the game in that part of the map, I think. Okay, yeah, it's because it looked like the borders were shifting around when we were looking at those screen grabs. All right, what should we look at next? Was there any other comments anyone had made? But that's thank you for that. That's 31st of May. That one's coming out. Actually, that's for me. That's for me because I'm in Australia. So if I go back out again, it's probably going to be, if you're looking at it from your own, it might be the 1st of June. It's usually a day later that the other stuff comes out for everyone else, because I'm sort of like 10 hours ahead of Britain and 17 hours ahead of the USA. They tend to often release these USA time, and they don't tend to do it like in the early morning. So it tends to be that would then end up, look, if we just have a quick look at that one. So it says 31st of May. Iberia. But I would assume that would actually be the 1st of June for the rest of the world, I would imagine. It does say 31st of May in the US. Okay, well there you go. All right, that's cool. Maybe that's actually a hard set date in that case, because I know that quite often mine will say a different date than what I see on other people's streams and things like that. I've actually got to use a calendar to double check when I'm allowed to actually let embargoes go, because I'm usually a day early. Okay, so anyway, that's going to be interesting to have a look at that one. So that will be something that I'll try to do that on the channel. Actually, another thing, I guess, if we go back to library, yeah, we'll go back to the library. There's a few games I've been playing Brigandine a lot, and so I guess if you guys are here, you've been watching a lot of that. So I don't know if you guys wanted to discuss that at all, but that was actually really, really cool. I don't know if any of these games that you wanted to. I haven't actually played much of Chaos Gate yet. I've only just started it up to have a bit of a look and run through the tutorial. I'm really looking forward to getting into that one as well. So that'll happen. That'll happen basically in the coming week, I hope, if I've got time. There's a fair few stuff that's actually happened up through here as well. Maybe we'll just keep on going through what's new. So this week we've got Old World, which has come out with an 8th playable area. That's another one we should actually have a bit of a look at. The ISG, when that one comes out, that's just a couple of days before that one comes out. I've got update description, Legion Craft. I'll skip past the ones that aren't really big updates. Gloomhaven, that's a big update actually. They've got new DLC now available, Jaws of the Lion. So let's have a look at this trailer.
Peggy 12 Peggy 12.
Death roams the streets. Fear has taken a hold on the city. Night after night, people are disappearing, leaving only the echoes of dripping blood. The city guard is powerless, and would-be heroes are dead. Thankfully, in Gloomhaven, salvation has a price. But will you prove to be enough against the horrors that lie below? It might take everything you have just to survive. Earn your gold, or die trying, mercenary.
That's interesting. Yeah, so we've got different mercenaries that you can now sort of play with that one as well. That's a great game. That's an absolutely great game. Let's just escape back out of there. 25 new scenarios, okay. 10 new monster types. Your 4 new mercenaries, so the Stalwart Red Guard. Some Hatch and Explosive Demonologist and Mysterious Void Warden are waiting for you. 22 new city events. That looks good, actually. That does look good. Looks like a good addition to it. So that's actually that's a great game. That's another game I should get back to. Play more of that one. Now we've got another Mad Menon's actually got. So another game I'm waiting for is Knights of Honor 2 Sovereignty. Yes. That's actually one of the ones that. That is one I'm really looking forward to as well.
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of war. To the north, the Christian strongholds of Leon, Castile.
This is one that I'm really looking forward to, but there's no date yet for this one. Sorry, this always screws up a little bit.
There is movement within the French encampments. Our people grow uneasy.
The people have bigger problems. Our coffers threaten to become bare.
You talk of war and gold when it is our faith that matters.
Faith? How can the Pope expect troops for his crusade when our borders are in danger?
There are more subtle ways to deal with the French.
Intrigue is irrelevant if our borders are attacked.
Cloak and dagger.
A shit video. This is really bad, isn't it? Like in terms of promoting the game.
How can our people
We must raise our arms and defend our land.
Enough! I've made my decision. Squire, fetch my armor!
That assumes that you know what the game is like. Which is, like when you compare that to Crusader Kings III launch video. Actually, I guess they've got another one over here. But when you compare that to what Crusader Kings III did, I don't know if you remember the launch videos for Crusader Kings III, but they were fantastic. They were so funny. All about the backstabbing and things like that. And that was trying to get that across. Let's have a look at this next video. Because this is the game. Actually, I was probably a bit unfair with that. I'll just move that one back. Okay, so what do we got? That's the resources, I think, from memory. It's been a long time since I've played Knights of Honor, like the old one. It was one of my favourite games when it first came out. I used to absolutely love it. Amazingly good game. And I think these are just the what you can actually do from here. Actually, no, that's the production of each actual little town. And that's obviously some sort of religious side of things. Must be like research, production, food, and coinage. So you've got like a high production town over this way. So, and there's Tangiers. Yeah, so that would be the Muslim side of things in through there. So, Voodoo Dog's saying, I think most of these trailers are really bad in promoting games. Did you follow Stars Beyond Reach from Arkham Games? No, I haven't, actually. So that's like Stars 2? No, sorry, not Stars 2. What is it? I haven't seen it actually. So Stewie's saying, really? I did not like the original, to put it mildly. Really? I'm really looking forward to this because I thoroughly enjoyed the other one. If we just keep on coming back through.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our visual gameplay teaser trailer of Knights of Honor 2, Sovereign, the latest grand strategy game from THQ Nordic and Black Sea Games. Sovereign is a new take on the grand strategy genre, presenting the world as a living miniature in real time. Political intrigue, economic growth.
What it relied on was choke points like this, so that when you could actually cut armies off. That was one of the things I didn't like about Knights of Honor. So it was that you could just kite your way around other armies.
And of course, the maneuvering of armies, all unfolding in front of you in beautiful detail. Choose from a huge number of nations, with different strategic starting positions and unique challenges. Then, guide and shape your kingdom and royal family throughout the generations. In Sovereign, embrace the fantasy of you being the king, using your hand-selected royal court to execute your will and drive your strategic
again, this video
decisions.
doesn't do anything at all for the game. Like this game's about nice, simple combat, maneuvering, sort of developing cities. Like all it's doing is just showing us the map. So the first video was to sort of try to indicate that there's intrigue with it, but it didn't actually show the actual combat.
From forging alliances with diplomats to leading your armies with marshals. Each member of your royal court is critical to your success and can grow and learn new skills as they carry out your orders. Combat can happen in the world map.
Sounds as boring as one of my videos. With me just talking about stuff all the time.
The outcome of battles determined by the strength of your forces and the specific skills of your leaders. Or you can take direct control and jump right into
this is
the
weird.
action.
This is what they should be highlighting. It's like Total War, but in a cut down sort of version of it. It doesn't last very long, the battles, and they're quite engaging.
Units in RTS-style battles. You decide which engagements warrant your personal attention, where your prowess can make the difference between victory.
That was the other thing with the original as well. Like you could have multiple battles going on all over the place, and you had to choose which one you were going to take control of. And I didn't like that aspect of it as well. Actually, I didn't like that aspect.
Defeat. Fight across a variety of battlefields, including ruthless castle sieges for control of new provinces or the defense of your people. Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign is an exciting mix of grand strategy depth and real-time approachable gameplay. We hope you've enjoyed this first sneak peek into the visuals of our game and can't wait to show you more about how you can be the Sovereign in coming months.
Yeah, it's a game that's certainly on my wish list, and it's coming soon, so I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, we're not seeing much there, are we? Actually, Lord Jesus is then saying, I think that they still don't have combat ready. It looks like it's still a long way off, doesn't it, really? I don't know. They shouldn't, like, these sorts of videos don't do anything for a game like this. Like, both of them are, like, this one here is more like well, it's just a showing the map, really. The second one and the first one is really just to try to get some interest up. But you look at the Crusader Kings ones. If we just go back there, I think it'd still be. Yep, this is Fate of Iberia. I wonder if it'll still actually have it. Let's go back to Crusader Kings.
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides of
Should be
war.
okay.
To the north,
Go back. No, it's not going to do it now. All right.
Iberia, ravaged by the bloody tides
Hopefully they've
of
still got the original videos in there. No, that's a recent one. So it's a rip-off of this. think.
Young William, you are the heir to a great legacy. In time, armies of thousands will be yours to command. Knights will flock to your banner, and with the gold that will flow from your lands will come great influence. A good marriage could anchor your bloodline for generations to come and secure the throne. But the ways of power are hard, and there are many lessons to learn, young William. And today, you will learn the most important of all. Real strategy requires...
Wow, look at the difference! Isn't that incredible? Like that's that leaves you with chills in your spine. Like it's just the chalk and cheese. It's the difference between those sorts of videos. It's really quite amazing, isn't it? Like that's and they had all sorts of ones that were. I can't see any others that they actually had for the launch there. I don't think. This will just be all announcement type videos. Yeah, no, that's just going again. They've done very, very well with their production of their videos, but also the way that they're structured. Whereas, unfortunately, the Knights of Honor ones aren't really cutting the mustard at this stage. Lord just is saying I have high expectations for Terra Invicta, but I've been burned a couple of times. Actually, that's another one we should have a bit of a look at as well. I don't know when that one's coming. I'm not sure about this one myself, actually. Like, it's one of these ones that I know a lot of people are really hyped for it. Sorry, I'll just pause that for a second. Just get that one up and running.
Taking them down.
Got through here, so we've got like combat areas. So I don't know what all of these things actually are. I haven't really had a close look at anything just yet. That's a zoom in, so it's not quite there. What can we see? Military, people, government, and something else. I guess that's just what they've actually got there.
Person of interest surveilled. Mission in progress.
We're taking over.
The people will come to our side. Long live the revolution.
I wonder what this all is. Don't know what. Yeah, it's interesting.
Targets lost.
It looks like it's sort of plotting the course over time of what the projected course of ships actually are. That looks really quite interesting, doesn't it, with the space combat? That does look interesting, and also the way they've done that with the 3D. That's very, very unique. Actually, that's showing the ships and showing the angle that they're going to be. That's fascinating. That's really, really cool. I'm wondering if it looks like it's real time to a degree, doesn't it?
We found something.
So we've got Mars. There we go. We've got a settlement on Mars. Actually, this is very, very good. I don't know when I looked at it, I don't know why I was sort of put a bit off by it. But this looks great.
I'll make sure they're on our side.
In for launch.
That looks awesome. So that looks incredibly good, actually, I've got to say. So actually, I'm going to have to put that one down. I think I've got an opening there to get that one. Either I've asked for it or I can still sort of do it, because Hooded Horse is the same group that does Old World, I think, from memory. Let's have a bit of a look and see what they've got. I think I've actually asked to be in there, but it's not ready yet, or something like that. So, but that's something that So I thought there was a reason that I wasn't that interested in it. I think actually what I think it was this is a couple of months ago now. I think I was talking with Poco from the developer from Field of Glory Empires, and also going to now be the developer for Field of Glory Kingdoms, and we were talking about games that were coming up, and this was one of the games that he was really looking forward to. And he's extremely intricate with his gaming, like his actual games that he develops are also really intricate. But this is one that he was actually looking forward to playing. So I think it was him that actually had said that one. So anyway, that is quite interesting there. So sorry about missing all these comments here, guys. So Dubrovnik's saying pretty much all of the upcoming games Hooded Horse is publishing look awesome. Yeah, they do, don't they? Actually, let's have a look and see what if we go to Hooded Horse. DasTactic's. Actually, I've got a funny feeling I actually asked for all of these. Fragile Existence. They all do look good, don't they? There's a few there that I haven't actually noticed. Way of Wrath. Capital Command. Actually, it's not an Old World. Maybe I'm getting it confused. It's funny, I thought... Hooded Horse... I thought that they either did... I can't remember what else they did. I thought that they had recently done... I thought it was Old World that they were involved in. I'll just go back out again. I'll just pause that one for a second. Yeah, it is Hooded Horse. Yeah, okay. So anyway, yeah, they've got them as well. Yeah, they publish Old World, so there we go. Thanks for the subscription there, Scandamoose, very much appreciated. So Voodoo Dog is saying, can you explain why one should play Old World when you can play CK3 or Civ to get the real thing in each category? Yeah, that's an interesting point, actually. It is halfway between them, really. It sort of sits in between. So it's like a Civ game with I guess role play aspects, whereas Civ doesn't have the role play. So it's nowhere near as deep from that family perspective. So they're similar. I guess all of them are sort of similar with what they do. You are building up a bloodline in Old World as well. So why would you play one of if you've got CK3 and Civ? Why would you play Old World? I can't answer that. Sorry. Subbotnik saying, yeah, they did publish Old World. That might not have been a complete list. I would have thought that Old World would have been up the top at this point in time. I was showing a live stream at Old World at the top of the page. This Shadow Tiger. There we go. Yeah. So Toothless Shark is in saying I bought Old World 2 days ago. It's a great game. Like it really is. It's very, very polished, and I think that's one of the benefits of it having that year across at Epic. It sort of allows them to get these games really, really good before they actually do hit Steam. But then, of course, there's a lot of people just don't actually sort of buy them as such. You can see it's very positive reviews in through here as well. So Weavenholes are saying Voodoo Civ sometimes feels too shallow to me, and CK sometimes feels too deep. Old World gives a nice in between. It is much more streamlined in the role play aspect, it is. Well, the reason I like this more than Civ is I don't like going through different eras. I like to just stay in one era all the way, and so with Old World, you basically that's all you're doing is you're just staying in a single era. And I know that a lot of people actually really like that aspect of shifting around, for me, Old World is a better game simply because it doesn't shift into the different eras. Bennett saying, I like how Attila Total War really focused on family and politics, but really failed in game performance. I didn't play much of that one. So Voodoo Tog is saying, so you're saying Old World is more complex than Civ 5? If you'll let you guys answer that, I don't play enough of those games to really be able to comment on them. Yeah, so Twitter Dog saying, surprised to hear like what Dubrovnik was then sort of saying. Yeah, it's so Dubrovnik is then saying up ahead there. I'd say Old World does Civ better than the real thing at this point. It's just a straight up better 4X than Civ 5 or 6. For me, not even considering the CK3 elements. I prefer it from what I've played. Yeah, I do prefer it because for the simple reason it's on that sort of same, like it just keeps in the same sort of level, and I do find it really quite interesting. Yep. So yeah, maybe I'm saying hated tanks being defeated by spearmen. It just had a disconnect there with the different eras. It sort of like tried to be multiple games in one, and I don't think it's a good idea. So anyway, let's. What else are we going to have a look at? We've gone and had a look at. We started that whole thing. We were looking at Knights of Honor, weren't we? So we don't know when that one's coming out, do we? Knights of Honor. Yep, Sovereign there. Yeah, just coming soon. I'd say looking at that one, it's a long way off. If that's where they are with their promotions and things. I mean, they've got a lot of dev diaries. That's interesting. The last one was only like 2 weeks ago. So what are they talking about in through here? Army recruitment and supply. So they're doing a dev diary about every little thing that they develop. Okay, but I am looking forward to this game. I just hope that they do a better job of marketing that. That video, when you compare the videos between Crusader Kings III and I wish I had the older videos actually, because the first videos for Crusader Kings III to get the hype up were incredible. Like they were similar to that one there with the snake, all the way through. They were really, really cool. Like just to really get that sort of flavour. So yeah, I think a lot of games like this could actually learn a lot from what Paradox did with those sorts of early videos. And those early videos weren't expensive to make, I don't think, either from memory. They were very much atmospheric. What have we got there? We've got Shadow Tiger saying, have you looked at Warriors of the Nile 2? It's not your typical genre, but you might like it. Actually, somebody had mentioned that, and I think I asked about it, but I didn't actually. I don't think I've heard back about it. I don't know if I've actually asked. I might jot that one down. I do think that I wrote that one down. I can't think of where my. Yes, there's my list. No, I don't actually. I didn't have it on my list. Oops, don't know where my pen is. On the ground somewhere. No, not going to be able to write it down, guys. So I'll have to try to remember that one. There. So Rise of Nations gets no respect. Yeah, I never really liked that one. Matt Bennett's saying I loved Rise of Nations. I mean, that's really old now, isn't it? Rise of Nations, when you sort of look at that one there. And I was saying Voodoo. Now I'm saying that in Old World it's easier for me to feel the attachment because my people and what happens to them is more fleshed out, while in Civ everything feels interchangeable and the area of time in which it plays is more detailed too, while Civ only gives a short, small piece of each area. My favourite Civ-like game is still Alpha Centauri. Yeah, wow, that's an old classic, isn't it? If that gives you an idea of what I mean with fleshed out. So Dubrovnik is then saying not a big RTS fan, but Rise of Nations was about as close as they ever got to perfecting the formula. So yeah, I did play it back in the day, but it was again not one that I really sort of spent much time with. So we've got Xenonauts 2 and Victory. I think you mean Victoria 3. Yeah, Victoria 3. If that's the one you mean, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, when's that one due? That one's actually on the horizon, isn't it? Victoria 3, there we go. To be announced. Okay. Let's have a look at this video. This will be good. Gee, Paradox do it well.
Never before have the lives of so many changed so much, so quickly, as when the engines came to life for the very first time, with a roar that echoed over continents
In the soot and ash covering the streets, the people planted seeds of revolution. Visionaries of commerce and diplomacy electrified the world, and sparks of inspiration flew towards the sky. Up. Up over the smokestacks rose a promise of a grand tomorrow.
Here we go. That's pretty simple animation, but again, it still inspires for the actual game itself. If we have a look at these, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I liked Victoria too. Yeah, I like just how intricate the actual pops are in the game. Yeah, really quite a cool game. So that's a good one to be looking out for as well. So and Xenonauts 2, I thought that had been cancelled, hadn't it? Xenonauts. I don't know, it's got early access there. I don't know anything about this one. Yeah, so planned release date to be okay. So there's still TBC to be confirmed. There is play testing there, but there we go. That would be good as well. This is I do like the Xenonauts style with the old XCOM, like the original XCOM sort of feel to it. This is supposed to be massively big, I think, from memory. There's in the difference. If we have a look at the community hub and through here, just have a look at discussions. Actually, what was that? Oh, that's the April update. Okay, there we go. Getting any closer. Yeah, I know that this has been in development for years and years. So that's January 2020. Beta 11 release date. So yeah, I actually thought it had been cancelled, but it hasn't by the looks of things. Monthly development updates. So that was 4th of May. There was a message there. 27th of November. So yeah, okay. This is just an area where there is actually there is news there. Okay, so let's have a look and see what they've been doing. Okay, we've got this one here. This is 8th of June. Access to the beta. This is open to the public. There's not much hype, is there, really? Like, you'd expect more comments. Yeah, last one of these was back in November. Let's ever be released. God only knows. Yeah, this is back in April. I bet one of those people are complaining that the game has taken too long, and then when released, it doesn't meet your expectations because it was rushed. Yeah, I don't mind people like spending the time that it requires, to sort of get a game done right. I think that's important. You only have one launch. Yeah, I remember it from being years and years ago. They're doing it like UFO Extraterrestrials, 8 years delay, and then way worse than part 1. I hope it is going to be good. But when games are delayed, it can be quite a problem. There's a lot of people commenting on it there. Yeah, so there's a lot of naysayers, which of course you're going to get on. You do get a lot of naysayers on Steam. So anyway, this game is doomed. No one is going to buy an outdated release game. Yeah, I don't know. It'd still be worth having a look at, I think. I thought that they were fleshing things out much more than what they did in Xenonauts 1. Yeah, release when it's finished. That's pretty much. It's not really a good enough answer when a game has been going for super long. If people are committed, and particularly if there's been a Kickstarter for it. Let's have a look at that one. F11. So they've certainly got the pledges that they wanted. Update to our Kickstarter is now over, but the development of Xenonaut 2 continues. Doing a mailing list, so they communicate through that one. modular weapons. So they've got yeah, I don't know. Maybe they've actually got too much out of this. They didn't quite get to this area through here. I don't know when the dates actually are. Is there updates in here? I don't know. I don't look at Kickstarter very often. Oh, there's the comments. There's a fair few comments in here. Which is not showing anything. Oh, here we go. It's trying to load them in. Regular updates looks good. Yeah, no words can express how disappointed I am with each passing update. My youngest son was in middle school when I backed this project. He's now fixing to graduate high school and begin at university. I hope this game gets published before he earns his bachelor's degree. I gave my money, yep. So in 2018. So 3 years and 8 months later, I'm still waiting. Yeah, so it's all negative, isn't it? Negative commenting here. Yeah, yep. And if we go back to just get rid of that one there for a second. If we have a look back at Steam again, if we look at the news for it, time for a development up. Yeah, so they've been. It looks like it's just dribs and drabs that sort of come through, like bug fixes, art and tweaks, public builds. I mean, they are giving regular updates, which I guess they have to do. But it's not really, like when you're looking at this thing, there's no, wow, that's massive. Biggest new feature in version 21. I think that they're trying to find an excuse to then put out an update all the time. Particularly now, but I guess if there's a lot of negative commenting, they've just got to feel that they've got to keep on sort of sharing the hype about it, I would think. So anyway, that's where, yeah, so... Okay, so Cass and I was saying their forums are very active with updates. Okay, yeah, well, I hope so. Actually, well, I'm assuming you're talking about this game's Xenonauts 2 and not Vicky 3. Actually, Dubrovnik's saying seems like you can do some pretty heinous stuff in Vicky 3 though. Okay, so yeah, okay, so it looks like it looks like Xenonauts is going to be struggling for a little while. Yes, it's been going for quite some time. So all right, well that's. Actually, Bannerlord came fast comparing to First Mountain Blade. Actually, let's have a look at that because that's actually something I like Bannerlord and the Mountain Blade. But if we actually have a look at the if we do a comparison, so let's actually do a comparison between the two Mountain Blades. Mountain Blade Warband. So that was probably the best of the early ones. So if we throw that one in. And if we go to charts, I thought I could actually compare with others. Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Here we are. All right, compare these two games. Whoa, look at Bannerlord. Look at it go. So this one came out way back in 2010. Hit some peaks there. Is that all Warband? That's interesting, isn't it? So Bannerlord, yeah, much better than and doing pretty well even now, but really hit with a lot of. So that one had one of those sort of launches that wasn't really a launch, and this one had like the build up. So if we just go back across, did that one launch? Did that launch in 2020? I thought it launched last year. Yeah, minimal hype, like maximizing the hype just there for a very short period of time and then straight into it. It's really quite interesting. Yeah, day by day, basically. That was their peak there. So at that point, 248,000 people were actually playing it. Yeah, that's interesting. And trailed off from there. But even so, even now, it's still got like 6,000 people, Sorry, no, 20,000 people playing it. It's a pretty cool game, that one. Dorothy saying, damn, I didn't know Bannerlord sold that many copies on launch. Yeah, that's really big, isn't it? 250,000. That's massive. That is a monster. Well, that's actually that's the people playing. So actually, if we go to sales, I think there is a sales. Yeah, we go to sales in through here. I don't know if it shows us over time how they compared. Actually, sorry, that's the wrong one. We'll just go back out again. We'll go to Bannerlord. Come on, forget the. If we just go across to here. So yeah, that was the peak. It's just the basic information, packages, prices. I think that's the current prices. I don't think it tells us what the actual what the sales were over time. It's just a change in prices, or discounts, I guess. Yeah, price history, charts, information. Yeah, I'm not going to get the... Actually, if we go to history... No, that's going to be just the history to the actual information. Yeah, so charts really is the thing. I do like this lifetime charts. They're quite interesting to sort of see these. Now, actually, that's interesting. There was some preview stuff that happened back over here. That would have been like YouTubers and stuff would have had like a preview build. So just a handful of players back in the day. It looks like some people were actually Twitch streaming that one as well back in there just to sort of show what was coming. That's interesting as well. Like just the fact that there was two Twitch streams in the early part. Did it have anything else in the lead up? Yeah, then the lead up. There was lots of Twitch streaming going on before it then hit the actual launch. And then bang, off she goes, just off the charts. Yeah, it's pretty cool, that one actually. So Volvo, so 89 Volvo with laser saying Galactic Civ 3 and 4 probably flip these data points, I assume. Actually, I might have a look. Sorry, I'm missing so many of the comments, guys. I do apologise. If you've asked something and you want to attract my attention, do what Shadow Tiger did, which is to put at DasTactic in the description, and that way I'll sort of see it. So. And so actually Big in one is in saying I've got almost 1,000 hours in Bannerlord. It's fully playable and 99% bug free. They are fine tuning and working on workshop and modding tools. Yeah, so it's okay. So DV Music saying 2.5 to 10 million estimated copies. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? So yeah, actually there you go. There's owner estimations there. 3.74 million to 10.26 million. Total number of Steam reviews multiplied by 20 and 55. Range depends on release year. Okay, so it doesn't tell us the actual number. And then these are Player Tracker estimates owners to be in this range, 2.5 to 2.6, and by Steam Spy between 5 million and 10 million. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the only expectations there. So yeah, they've done really, really well. That's great. I should play that a bit. Actually, it's very, very good. So if any game needs workshop, that's about. Yes, it does. It does. Hi, Redrum. How are you going? Okay, so what we're going to have a look at. It was just mentioned Gal Civ. Let's have a look at that one there. Let's just do the Gal Civ games and compare them. See how they're going, because actually no, we can't see 4 because 4's not released on Steam, so we can only look at 3. We'll have a look at 3 anyway, because 4 is only released on. That'll be interesting to see in a year's time what happens when Gal Civ 4 comes across to Steam. So if we ever look at the charts and look at the lifetime, that's a pretty good launch. Actually, one thing we could do would be Gal Civ 3 versus. Compare with others. We could compare that with say Distant Worlds. Oops, I guess that's the wrong one. There we go. It's it's so that's interesting actually when we have a look at this one here. This is the like Gal Civ 3 came out in 2015, and it sold like its peak there was 6,000 sales, and so we sort of have a bit of a look at that one there, and it's still got like a fairly active player count even now, like 400. It's trailing off though. It's interesting to see the difference between this and Stellaris, isn't it? Really, when you look at that. If we have a quick look across at the back end here, we then see that right at the end here, we've actually, since the release of, and this one came in with almost the same numbers in terms of the release, what 1,000 less in this sort of sense. So, yeah, so it nearly hit the 5,000 mark there. And at this stage, Gal Civ 3 is now just still pipping ahead of Distant Worlds 2. I think Distant Worlds 2 will have another, well, I hope it has another big resurrection when a lot of this patching is finished. If we just go back to these, you see this is interesting here. Like they had the 6,000 play, like the 6,000 launch, but then they actually kept their player numbers very, very high for a long period. It really took years for it to get down. Like it's just been a steady decline. And now that we've got Gal Civ 4, you sort of expect that to sort of be down low. So I'm hoping, for Distant Worlds' sake, that it can zoom back up again. Let's hope for that. That's the case. They've just released another beta patch today, and so that would be something that I'd be certainly hoping for. I still find Distant Worlds 2 one of the best Space 4X games that I've ever played. So I really am interested in that one there. So Volvo is then saying Distant Worlds 2 and Gal Civ 3. Wow, I mean both counts. Bet many of us are in these numbers. Yeah, I would guess so. Yeah. A few games go back up, says Red Rum. Some do. Like when we look at, like if you look at the Paradox games, they started off with a lot of hype, but they do bounce up and up and up, and that has to be the DLC. Like each bounce does correlate with the DLC, but I guess you need a bigger base for that to sort of really kick in and work. Actually, how does a game like Shadow Empire, which is again an incredible game. Let's have a look and see how this one performed. I haven't looked at these, so this sort of interests me. I don't know if this stuff is the sort of stuff that you guys like looking at as well. I do like looking at this. Big streaming in through there just recently. I don't know who was streaming that a few weeks ago. That's almost as many people watching the stream as were as actually have bought the game. So yeah, we're looking at much smaller numbers here for Shadow Empire. These would be probably I'd be in amongst the streams in through here, I would think, with that around that release time. So that one, like it trailed off, but it was when we look at it over time, it's not like it goes down. It's still actually healthy, like that's actually still healthy numbers. Like the number of players that are still playing it, it's only 84, but this is a very, very niche game, extremely niche. Look at the back end there. I don't know if it tells us who the streamers are with the. Oh, this is interesting as well. The Steam game chart, followers chart. So. Yeah, from this one sort of going up over time, and then it's that's at release. So that's actually the followers in Steam, and then sort of trailing off at that point. So, but aren't buyers of Shadow Empire buying it on the Slytherin site? That could be true as well. That could be true, and similarly with Distant Worlds, to be honest, Arvok must have been streaming it. Yeah, possibly. I don't know if I thought it did say who was doing it at some point. But yeah, that's a big. That's a bigger boost than the actual launch. Actually, did that correlate with sales? That would be interesting as well. If we have a look back at the, I think you'd have to attribute that slight rise there to to this 3-day stream. But yeah, I don't know who that was playing it then. God, this good numbers, isn't it? I wish I had those numbers. Anyway, that's that's where it is. That's awesome. Yeah, so that game is still thumping along, pretty healthily. Anyway, I hope that Distant Worlds does sort of manage to sort of pick itself back up again. TV Music saying I like Shadow Empire. It's a great game, really cool game. So now, what did we talk about there? So I'm excited to play maps with a lot of water, but kind of expecting to be able to have actual navies I could control. So that's the Botnik is saying that one and saying not yet, but Vic has posted an update teasing it. So yeah, someone must have asked, so Navy update already released, says Voodoo Dog. No, I think that's still a long way off. I think that from what I understand, if actually what's his if we just, I don't know if we can find his dev logs. Let's have a look and see. So Matrix Games. Have a quick look. Just zoom in a bit so you guys can read it. I don't like the changes to the forum at Matrix, but anyway, it's because they made it quite hard to read. So if we go to Shadow Empire, and actually, where would we find information about that? I can't remember where he links to his own area. He's got his own website, which has got like a lot more information. I don't think we see it in here. Oh, here we go. It's just been patched. All right, so that's literally just been patched. So this is my time, but that's when he's put it up. Well, there you go. So Attention Steam users patches only can be installed over the Matrix version, which is what I use when I'm streaming. So dear Matrix players, this patch can be manually installed. Recommend you only try this open beta patch if blah blah blah. So what's changes here? Not much. So here we go. This is his. I'll just open that up in a new tab through there, and we'll go to vrdesigns.net. So actually, I will save that, and we will go and grab this. Actually, sorry. Come on. Have a look at that in just a second. So improved AI behaviour in better defending cities, fixed a portrait graphics glitch with some uniforms, reduced usage of AI siege posture for OHQs, low on artillery and infantry, high tech level 1 production, worker plus energy slightly increased, fixed a few profile decision glitches in the diplomatic category, fixed issue with losing HQs and reforming them could screw up the numbering system of the HQs. Good luck. Okay, that was, don't know if I've seen that one. This open beta is also testing changes the next... here we go. This open beta is also testing of changes for the next major feature, Oceans, that are not inadvertently screwing something up. All right, so this looks... Why isn't that at the very top of the list? That looks really exciting, actually. That looks really exciting. So, yeah, so we have a look at these ones over through here. So, okay, so this is May 18th. Okay, so I didn't see this one. Not that I don't go here very often. So there's been a lot of work on other game projects like Ardennes Offensive and its sequel, and strangely enough, Advanced Tactics. Oh, I didn't realise that. That's a great game. But also on sketching out some grand new plans for the revolutionary new future title. Okay, that's interesting. Amidst all of that, the nanny got sick for weeks on end, and I got to spend a lot of time with my little girl. Anyway, I managed to continue playing Shadow Empires, patching Shadow Empires, and working on the upcoming Oceans feature. Okay, so we're going to be able to... I don't know if we can see... Let's go and open image in a new tab. Let's have a look and see how big we can make this one. So we're looking at a region owner, so none. MTH, what's that? Contact the maritime something? Don't know, some sort of fleet trying to enter in communication with a maritime trade house. Okay, so this is the way it's going to be working. It's not going to be individual ships. Target zone was Winston C, executed by that one there. So that's Winston C through there, Recon 9. Yeah, okay. So so they've got maritime trade houses that control the area. Now, this is actually something that he had mentioned before, where it's not going to be navies. So if we have a quick look at this one through here, the key mechanic for Oceans feature is going to be the MTHs, or maritime trade houses. It is these MTHs that control the seas, not you. You can sign contracts with them for shipping and even obtain some shares to better influence them. There can be different MTHs present on the same planet, and yes, these can battle with each other for supremacy of the seas. Having an antagonistic MTH defeating your friendly buddy MTH and taking over crucial sea zones means you have to sign new transport contracts as probably at exorbitant prices. Still a lot of mop-up dev work to do, but the core work is done, and I hope to get this to open beta as soon as possible. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that's coming. Well, that actually would be interesting to see if this is the one that's actually there. So should I quickly patch the game and have a quick and open it up to see what it's like? I think we might do that. We might do that. I've got about half an hour or so before I've got to get going, but that was back in January. That was then showing the actual water. So we're seeing much, much smaller zones. I don't know if I like the idea of the maritime trade houses. I don't think we're going to see that, but what we might see is different water, like different sort of, there may be an ocean world. So let's just quickly patch this one here. So where was that? There it is there. I'll just open up where I've got the other one saved, which I think is C drive, Matrix Games, Shadow Empire. Drag all them across. It's only shadow scenarios that we have to, there won't be anything in there that we need to worry about. All right, so that's all done. Just minimize that for a second. And Shadow Empire. Now, which one is the? That's game menu. That's Steam. Yep. Okay. That's the one that we just patched. All right. Let's have a look and see what we end up with. Actually, I'll just switch across to so you guys can see it in the larger screen format. There we are. All right. So this is 1.11.02. So we'll start a new game. Okay, well that was good. So Bob was saying, winging it today, let's go. I like doing this. I don't know if this format works for you guys. Now, is there anything at the bottom of this? No, it's not there yet. Not there yet, unless Hydra has changed. Okay, so we don't have a new... That's probably going to be the closest to being an ocean world. Just leave them on where they are. There's nothing new there. Planetology. 26%. Let's just keep on re-rolling, see what we can get with the geology. 35%. That's not bad. It's just crash. I'll try that again. That may have been me. I did I used the scroll wheel. So Narcissus is saying, I like the previewing of new things on the horizon. Yes, it's pretty cool. Volvo was saying what I hope to find in Wargaming on Twitch. To be honest, I've had enough of playthroughs to last a lifetime. Yeah, it's sort of, and if like with the suggestions that you guys make as well, I really do quite like this because we don't know where we're going to end up or what we're going to look at, which is great. So, Oh, sorry, Lucky Luke's joined with some raiders. Welcome, guys. All right, we'll just do the same thing again. We'll just go to the Hydra class. I zoomed out, which you can sort of see through there now. You know, there's nothing else new there. Nothing new there. 27%. We'll just see what we get. I'm not seeing the zones. So what I can do is I'll just pull that one back. Well, we wouldn't see the C zones now anyway, would we? Really, when we look at this, it should be enough. There's no islands as such, so it's still pretty much the same algorithm. Back in through there. Oh, well, it mustn't be far off. So I don't know what other changes would come. That's probably going to be enough for us to sort of have a bit of a look to see what's going to come. So we'll just go continue. 27% will be okay. Biosphere, yeah, that's okay because it won't matter. It's only the trade houses that we need to sort of then worry about. Now that's got yeah, that's good numbers. Which is a desert world. That's interesting for a Hydra planet. To the Shark saying, I still think that Shadow Empires could use Galactic Empire mode like Age of Wonders Planetfall has, you know, to create Fallen Empire and give a sense of continuity. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Let's just get into it. So Deep Bond is the one we're looking at. Yeah, that would be the way to do it, wouldn't it? Like having a progression type system, where you get to keep like a handful of your cabinet or something like that comes across with you from planet to planet. That would be even if it was just one or two people, like that would be pretty interesting to actually do that one. Or if you had to pick, yeah, no, that would be a really nice way of doing that one. It would be you would think it would be fairly easy to do too, wouldn't you? Although I guess that these guys start off on the planet, so it would wreck the storyline. Anyway, let's just get rid of that one. Welcome to a command. We'll dismiss that. Dismiss. So we're not seeing these maritime houses at all. No, so there's nothing else there that we can sort of keep track of. So if that's the case, let's just go back out to the website. Yeah, I don't know about these. I sort of was hoping to have my own navy, to be honest, rather than just employing somebody to do it. It will be interesting though to see how it works then with the islands, like what actually happens with the islands. And if that zones, like this is zoomed way out. This is actually what that is the not strategy map. This one here. We're looking at this. So we're looking at that's the actual scale that we're looking at in that other one here. So when we look at this is really quite large areas. So if you had either this one or this one, you'd then have access to this particular island. Yeah, so I don't know. Like it's I guess that can be then chopped and changed over time. And I'm guessing that there's going to be a bit of a beta process where there'll be a bit of feedback. Well, it's exciting that it's coming anyway. That is really quite exciting that it is on its way. So just reading a bit more in through there. So Sabuka saying, people, I was hoping to glass the next Xeno infestation from orbit with my incredible war machine production. Yes, I want submarines, battleships, and crazy other stuff. See, I think that could be modelled in the sea zones. If you've got sea zones, why not have navies in the sea zones, or have a situation where you, where you basically, instead of actually having a fight on hexes, you're actually having a fight in the like in a mini map that shows up in an area. That would be pretty cool if you had like a fleet. If you're and you maybe you did need to have some sort of way of then keeping some sort of infrastructure back in there. So it almost became like a a big area, but just under control. And so if you move across, there's so many games that do that quite well. Like where there's even if you've got submarines, there's a chance that you won't be spotted, but you could still actually then sort of interrupt the shipping or something like that. So maybe it's like I don't know how that would sort of then work. Yeah, it would be good. Even if it was like a rock, paper, scissors style thing where you had like submarines, destroyers and cruisers, so just even something like that where the destroyers are good against the submarines are good against the cruisers, and cruisers are good against the destroyers. Just some sort of rock, paper, scissors type thing would be interesting. Anyway, we'll see what happens, I guess. So Matt Bennett's saying, I do remember him writing about a naval combat system. In his previous post, he said he's not adding player-controlled navy, so presumably they might come further down in the line. I hope they do come at some point. Yeah, probably in some future update. Yeah, it's a stepping stone, he said. Okay, let's have a look and see if we just keep on going down. So this one here is in January. Now, I did look at this one in detail, I think, at the time. Oh, there we go. Surprise arrival on the scene will be the new maritime trade houses that you'll be able to contact and sign shipping with. It will allow for some really different kind of gameplay. I really like developing these systems. However, honestly obliges me to say that development time and AI considerations are also a reason I am not going immediately for player controlled. Ah, there we go. Immediately in brackets. So I'm not going immediately for player controlled naval units. I prefer to deliver the Oceans updates rather sooner than later, and after that get some much postponed AI development time on Shadow Empire. I'd especially like to improve the quality of the AI major regime moves. Okay, cool. Right, and that was back in December. Yep, okay, that's good. All right, so that is the focus anyway. So that's that. Well, at least it will come at some point. Yeah, Stepping Stone is Sabuko said, and then Mebben is saying the Hearts of Iron 4 naval system was really cool. Actually, I don't remember that one. I mean, it's been a long time since I played that. So yeah, it's good. That's good. So it's my old YouTube videos. So that's yeah, that's interesting. That's actually still got my old name there. I wonder if that's for Advanced Tactics. Actually, what's he doing with Advanced Tactics? Is that he mentioned that had been updated as well? Don't know what's going to happen with that one. Anyway, let's leave that one where that is. F11. Quit out of that one. All right, so that looks like it's on the way pretty soon. This open beta is also testing changes for the next major feature Oceans. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's just the current systems getting ready for the next one. Which, yeah, so hopefully not too far away. Voodoo Dog say, did you play Max, one of the best 4X games of all time, I think? I have looked for a replacement to Max forever. There's just nothing around, is there? I mean, if we have a look at, I don't think Max is even on Steam anymore, is it? Football, it was m.a.x. No, it's not even there. I don't think it is anyway. But that was I really would love to see another one. Actually, I'll just quit out of this one. We will quit the game. Might have to play that again actually fairly soon. So we have a bit of a look at actually not the store page. I'll just go to the store here. Is that going to give us Max? I think it's been taken off. I think it was so like it was so difficult to get it working that it was taken off, I think. Oh, well, it's definitely not there with those. There it is, Mechanized Assault and Exploration. Oh, they're still there. Okay, it's still there. So it's got Max 2, which were brought to Steam when these did come through. So Max 2, Mechanized Assault and Exploration. if it's mostly negative, and hardly anyone actually ever played it on Steam anyway. But God, it was a good game. It was such a good game, and yeah, I would love to have something that's similar. So GOG's got it, says Logius. And is the GOG version of it actually playable? Like, is it actually not bad? Because as you say, that was just incredible. Sorry, I don't know what's happening there. Good old game, must play for old RTS fans. Yep, do not buy this game. Having played the original Max, which was brilliant, I thought I would try Max 2. Game loaded okay, but it took a little time to work out the differences from the original game. This resulted in me taking about 1.5 hours to get to turn number 36. When was that? A lot of hours on record, but only 3.8 at review time. I wonder if he's changed his mind. I would think so. I would think that if you're that pissed off when you wrote that, you then played another 216 hours, you'd that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? It doesn't make a lot of sense. 60 hours there, 15 at time. Some halfway into the campaign, you come across games with goals to reach. When it loads, yeah, it's sort of there was a lot of issues, a lot of technical issues with the game. So look at Max 1. So actually, Voodoo Dog's saying 91% on Steam. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look. Just make this go full screen. Actually, I'll just go back to this one here. It was yeah, very, very good game. Actually, very positive. 110 viewers with this one here. I don't know. I like Max 2 better, I think, when I used to play it. But it was, again, one of the games I absolutely loved. Actually, what's going on back there? Is it just the same? This one, you can't select that one there. Is that just the same? It's not exactly the same, is it? Or is it exactly the same? Maybe it's exactly the same image. Somehow it's been glitched in and loaded in twice. Yeah, so recently I played more than this time. Hang on, sorry, I played more than this time in here shows. Used to play this game a long time ago against the AI and with friends, so definitely many hours spent. Great game of turn-based strategy and tactics. It really was. Now, did this company, did they go on to? I didn't think that was actually the developer, Interplay Entertainment Corp. I thought it was actually, I thought it was a different company that actually did it. That actually released this particular. I think that they may have taken the game and then there's all of this sort of stuff. This is not what this like these things were not the. These are just old games that they've brought up into Steam, like Battle Chess. Like these were all different people. There's Max in through there, the original one. Yeah, I don't think that was the company. I actually thought it was Wargaming.net, which I think is the same people that now do the battle tanks and what is it called? World of Warships and stuff. I think it's the same group. So yeah, that's sort of. I think it is. Okay, so it's saying that Logius is saying this is the Max plus Max 2 package on GOG. I'd like to have a look at that one, actually. Let's have a look at GOG. Hardly ever look there. And what have we got? So Songs of Conquest is on this one. Where's the search? There it is. Is it Z? I'm guessing it would be Z. Mechanized. Yeah, $13 Australian, which would be about $10 American, I guess, US. Yeah, release date 1998. It's an old game. An old game, but a really, really cool game. Yeah, good old Battle Isle as well. There we go. Conquest of the New World. These were great old games, weren't they? Now, so Mad Bennett saying, anyone here played Warzone 2100? I have played it, I think, but I didn't play it for very long. I get a lot of games where I just open them up and then sort of pass them, and I don't, like, some of them are good, and I just don't really sort of have a real look at it. This looks like it's actually fairly stable. I've been looking for a game like this, like a modern version of this, for so long. This was such a good game back in the day, but it's way, way, way too old now. It was such a good game. That's Max 1, isn't it? Those ones there. I don't know if it's... yeah, anyway, that's... yeah, reminiscing. It's quite interesting there. So I think we might start to wind up the session, guys. We've covered a lot of territory, a lot of different games. Actually, is there anything else? I just have one quick review of the of what the news in Steam actually is. So we'll just go back to library. We'll just go through the what's new coming up. We only got as far as Gloomhaven. What? Project Zomboid released? You're kidding. Oh, that's just, no, version 41.71. I thought, no, this game has been in early access for over a decade, I think, hasn't it? That one's, yeah, that one's, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I was thinking that's something wrong there if that's sort of there. We've got, actually, someone mentioned Stone Shard before, sorry, and I did miss that comment. Devlog current progress. I'll have a quick look at this one here. This is a really cool game as well, if you like sort of dungeon crawlers. It's been a while since our last devlog, so we'd like to share some details of what we've been working on. In the previous entry, we mentioned a plan to release an interim patch with the mint squares, missing interiors, yeah, NPCs. Particularly, there were some tweaks to the timeline, so the additions part of the next major update. So, okay, so there's more animation, stuff like that, I guess. Yeah, good game, this one. Very good game. Yeah, okay, well, look, I won't... When was the last one? March. Unturned. Actually, I think I've got these loaded in at this stage. So, and Recon Control, new Operation Crossfire is out. Iron Oath, we played that one just the other day. Actually, there's the old world at PAX East. Okay, so it's just going through more old world information. I'll have to get that that version that we were talking about there before. ISG coming again with Evolving Empires, so hopefully I'll be able to cover that fairly soon. Brigandine, God, I love this game. This is such a good game. It's the most pleasant surprise of a game that I've actually played for a long, long time, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to be anything like what it ended up being. It's a really, really cool game. So anyway, if you've been here watching things, then that would certainly be something that you would have been watching over the last week or so. Really, really cool that like this one here. So yeah, very positive there. 327. Actually, I wonder how this has gone. This is only just released. So if we have a look through here, if we have a look at Brigandine. Whoops. Click on that one, go to charts. So that's the, lifetime is really only since the 11th of May. There's a fair few people playing it there, actually. That's interesting. So, Voodoo Dog saying, can you give a quick summary of why Brigandine is so cool? It really, it's a combination. You've got the JRPG elements. You don't have to play that if you don't, you can sort of skip past that if you don't like that element to it, but I actually do like that sort of style without it being over the top. You know, and it is over the top, but in that sort of corny sort of way that JRPG stuff can be done. It's sort of, and it does give clues as to what you can then do in the game as well. So you've got that aspect of it, and they do that run very, very well. Like it's like 18 gigabytes to load the game in, and the actual game itself is really quite simple. So most of that 18 gigabytes must be the voice acting and the dialogue, because the dialogue, every character has almost got like a dialogue with another character, which is, as I say, very, very good. That's one aspect. The strategic map is like a board game where it's very, very simple. It's sort of simple to pick up, but then difficult to master. And then you've got the game also really shines in the tactical battles. The tactical battle map is exceptional. And so I wish that there was a bit more ways of sort of structuring the content. Like it's sort of, you end up with like a bit of a doom stack and then march around the world with your doom stack. And it sort of would be cool if you could somehow have different ways of playing that. Like you end up just getting used to playing, like at the moment in the one that we've been playing, it's just been, you know, get a 3 or 4 dragons and then just have support units supporting the dragons, and you're sort of pretty much done and dusted. So it's sort of so that it's still interesting, but it could be handled differently. So yeah, no, it's overall though it's just an exceptional game. So that's interesting actually. It's sort of like it's had a very soft release when we look at this one here. So the release here has been extremely soft on Steam. Yeah, there we go. That's the interest followers for the actual game itself. So that's Brigandine. We'll just go back to Steam and have another look. So we've got, just go back out to here. Now there was a question there. How's Old World? I haven't played the new version of it with the next group, so I'll need to sort of get my head into that one as well. But yeah, Brigandine is really quite good. So Chaos Gate, I haven't played much of that yet. I've only just been playing the tutorial. That looks very, very good though as well. Like this is interesting because the random number generator is not it doesn't have the same impact as the as for XCOM. So it looks much nicer than XCOM. So I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into that one as well. So update on Twitch drop items. Not sure what that's going to do. Performance issues for Chaos Gate there again as well. And then we've got the Chaos Gate Demon Hunter launches. Actually, that would be interesting. We want to have a bit of a look at as well. Let's have a look and see what that's got. So Chaos Gate. This would be popular, I would assume. What's that one there? Okay, we'll just go to this top one here. It's not as high as I thought. Look, the Twitch streamers are everywhere with it, but not anymore. There's still nearly 2,000 Twitch streamers, you know, as of now. 6,000 though. That's still popular. Like it's still a good game to have a strategy game that does that. But I guess it's sort of like these XCOM style games. Look at this. You know, what happened there in February? I guess that's just when the information came out, and then we've got release right there. So they had a good hype, didn't they? Good build up for a year basically. That's interesting as well. Just go back across. Field of Glory 2, Rise of the Swiss. This is incredible. Like if you like Field of Glory Medieval, the additions with this one are just amazing. With the what is it? Actually, they've got a pack there because that's the complete bundle. That's good. It's only landing to buy additional 10% discount. Okay, so it's not that good. Oh, hang on. To celebrate the upcoming Rise of the Swiss, Medieval DLCs at discount. Okay, so it's now discounted by up to 50%. There we go. And then there's another one that makes it even cheaper again. That's pretty cool. Thanks for the subscription there, Voodoo Dog. And we'll just read a few more. So did you talk about Songs of Conquest? No, we didn't get to that one. Actually, what I wanted to do, I do want to test one thing out which I had forgotten to do. So we'll leave it here with this one here. But yeah, I do mean to be playing a little mini game of that as well, to put that onto YouTube. So we'll play that one. But just to finish this off, I thought for a bit of fun, what we'd do is play a game that I don't know how to play or what it's going to do. So we'll experiment with this together. I'll just go back to screen grab. I think this will be the best way to do this one, and I'll just minimise that for a second. It's this Marbles on Stream, and I saw it on Steam and thought, oh, I'll download it. It's a free game, but I think it's one where you guys can actually play as well. Like, I don't know what you can actually do. I think it's just that you're a marble. So we'll see who wins. Not that there's anything I can do with it, but we'll see what actually happens. So we've just got to wait for this to come up. So epilepsy warning, guys. That's why that's there. I haven't tried this. I've done the logins and stuff like this. So if I click on profile, that should then disappear. So if we go to race, and this is just purely an experiment. So we'll go standard. I think that to go into it, you guys have to type play, but I have to get it set up first. Let's just get one that's not super long. Let's just go the paperclip. So go viewer, maximum number of players. I'll leave it on 20. So I think that what you guys need to do is do !play in the chat. I'll just see if it does it. No, it's not adding us in, is it? Didn't work, did it? Okay, so that's not it. Maybe I need to set it all up. Viewer. If I go to race, it's not going to do anything without actually having people in there. I wonder how we do it. If I go random, I can simulate the 20 players. Yeah, you need some sort of bot in the chat. I thought that by doing by having the profile linked in, that I was actually okay. And I don't think you guys need to have it. I think it's just me. It's a free game, but yeah, maybe. Well, see, I've got it, so it should have actually done it when I did that. So what's going on here? Racing customized. Yeah, no idea. I don't want to look at videos, so I won't do that one there. That's a shame. If I just try, let's go random again. House of Pain. Okay, so that one should be in viewer. If I go to race. Here we go. Now we do it. Now we do it, I think. So we'll now we do !play. There we go. Here we are. So guys, just now type play, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know what this is going to do. We'll just see who wins. That's all. So we're getting a few of you in now. I'll have to try to. Okay, this is something we could do to finish these sorts of things off. How many have we got in there? There's a fair few. All right, that'll do us, I think. So, yeah, it looks like all of the different marbles are showing up in the top through here. Now, I will start it. Now, one thing I'm not sure about, we'll do this a couple of times. I'm not sure exactly how to play this. So I think we'll start. And I can't zoom in just yet. So these are all the marbles. Now I can zoom in and have a bit of a look. I think if I press number 1, I can then focus on whoever's coming first. So Dubrovnik is coming first. Now so he's still in the lead. Who have we got? Oh, I'm out. DV Music has now hit the lead in here. All right, this works out pretty well, doesn't it? This is a fairly easy way to do stuff. This would be a good way to do giveaways, actually. I'll have to get some stuff to give away. All right, who's now in charge? So Maladroit. Has he made it through? Not yet. Now he has, but he's not in the lead anymore. Actually, Causelord is now in the lead by the looks of things. Yeah, Causelord's in the lead, coming back down. Not anymore. Voodoo Dog. Whoa, straight through. And you got the glass to stop you from going off the edge. I'm a bit pissed off that I was... Oh, a nice push along there as well. You're miles ahead. Miles ahead. So, now you've been pushed back and taken over. Oh, actually, Maladroit got through. There's the finish line. When you make it through. So, this is really cool, isn't it? There we go. So, Maladroit's the winner. Cyborg's coming next. And Causelord, there we go. So it'll just wait for the others to come back through. That's pretty cool, and just a few minutes to sort of play something like this. So we'll try a different version. Actually, that was good. That was good. So and I fell off the edge. I don't know if anyone else fell off. So just wait for it to finish. Then give us a rundown. Is that it now? No, we're still waiting on Drobotnik. There we go. That should be it now. With anybody else as well. It only just shows the top 10. Actually, I think we're still waiting on the others. There is another way of playing this. If I press 0, does that do anything? That's the last. That's the 10th player. I can zoom back out, so it's still waiting for. Who's this? I don't know who that is. There we go. There we go, Maladroit. Final results. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it did not finish. So Phoebes and myself, we're both knocked out. We dropped out of the actual map itself. Let's do that again. I think there's different styles with this as well. So we'll just go back. If I go to race menu, so we've got that was standard. I think the Royale, vote for the next map. There's only 2 of them in here. I don't know what that is. Grand Prix. No idea what this is as well. I think that Royale might be a. Let's go and do that one. So we'll click on the race. Yeah, Cyborg saying prizes for top 3A. Well, next time I'll try to get some prizes. I'll try to get a prize so we finish off with this. So, all right. So to join, you just type play again. So I don't know what this actually is. I don't know if it. I don't know if it keeps the numbers there. Here we go. You've got to type play each time. Just grab a drink of water. Be right back. All right, we'll get started. Now I don't know what we do with this. It looks like we're all over the place here. I don't know if how this actually operates. I can't press number 1 anymore. Don't know how this then works. So there's 2 players on there. I don't know how this actually works. Some of them are getting pushed along. So tilted marble thing, it does, doesn't it? But John, when they hit people, they zoom off. So I'm not sure how this actually does play. Anyway, I think we'll quit out of this one. Go back to the main menu. So that one wasn't that exciting. I thought there was a different way to play where there was like a knockout game with it, I thought. If we go to the races in through here. So we've got, that was Royale, Grand Prix. This would be it here, I think. So if we just go with a random map. So the funnel, we'll just see what actually happens through here. Oh, here we go. So selected maps, use votes. Or just, well, let's just do it. Actually, selected maps. So we've got maps, 2 maps. So we'll just go. I'll put in 2. 2 will do. Yeah, that'll do. So I think it's going to be a knockout phase for the first one, and then the second one will be this one here. I don't know what that's like. This is a test. Always sounds a bit sus. So let's get in and race. Actually, what I might do is I might up this just in case there's more than. I don't know how the Royale system works. Okay, so this is the first one. So just press play. Oops. Here we go. I'm going to have to look at the keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that. To I know that 1, 2, and 3, etc., up to 10, sort of will give us the list of who's actually there. So is everyone in? I'll just give it a couple more seconds. So what we'll do here is we will so this is a Grand Prix over 2 races. So I think that what it does is it takes like the top group and sends them through to the next one. Okay, guys, let's get started. Now, there's about a 20-second delay from whenever I say anything, so I try not to be too quick with this, but I think it's time. Oh, I'm leading. I'm winning. Oops, hang on. I've got to get out from here. So, back bad, voodoo dog. Let's see on the side there who's actually leading this one. Press number 1. It'll then highlight who it thinks is number 1, but that's not quite what it's not picking the right ones. There we go. Now it's got it. Binen. Number 2 doing. A little way off. Castanar going down the same track. Who's coming 3rd? And then the rest of them are all coming in this way 4th. So first is still Castanar is now first. Did the other one fall off? Okay, it looks like one of them may have dropped off. Oh no, Binan's still there in showing Binan not. Yeah, now Binan's first. I don't know why it was showing that it wasn't first. Look at number 2. So Castanar's still a fair way behind. Here we go. Bit of a boost along. Oh, straight through. Straight through. Will you catch? He's going to be the first one down. There we go. Actually, it's not showing. I'm pressing number 1. Come on. It's getting the numbers wrong. Yeah, still, that's not the leader. Just have a quick look down into here. If I now press number 1, we should be... No, we're still miles off. So the actual... There we go. No, that's still someone else in front. Yep. And still someone in front of that as well. I think someone's going to get ripped off here. Who is that? Who is that strange one in the front there? I'm pressing number 1. looks like it. Well, it didn't actually keep on going. So maybe I don't know what's happened there with that one that stopped. So Flak Hawk got through. We'll just have to wait for everyone else to sort of to join in. I don't know if we can interrupt the process. Yes, a few of them are falling off. Zoom one out. Is anyone still coming? Or is that it? Yep, there's still a couple more there. All right, winner. So Flak Hawk, well done. So that's the race results. Oh, here we go. So it's just points. Okay, so that's the points. So in this case, Flak Hawk's got 10 points, 1 win, 1 races. This gives you your history as well with the session as well, which is good. So you're coming first in the actual Grand Prix. So we'll go to the next map now. So this one, so you certainly got the box seat here. So this is test. That looks interesting. Now, actually, I think we just have to start because I think we've got everyone is in the game. This one's got 3 laps. I don't know how this will work. Ah, damn it. No, that doesn't work. So you've got to press play each time. Oh, well. So, well, we'll leave it there, I think. Anyway, next time, I think what I'll do is we'll finish off. I'll try to get used to doing that. And then we'll actually... I'll try to get some giveaways every so often just to finish off with something like this, because this is pretty cool, isn't it? Did you like that? Was that did you enjoy just having that for like the last 15 minutes or so? When I saw it, I thought, that'd be fun, like so. I guess even I was saying, how dare you stop before I won? Yes. We're just like saying, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, fun for sure. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? It looks good. It looks be a fun way to sort of finish it off. So I'll try to get some giveaways as well over time. So if any devs are watching this and you do want to give some giveaways, actually I do have some things I could possibly get for next week that I'm aware of. Anyway, we'll give that a crack and sort of see how we go. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.